Hello and welcome back to the Ursar Tribrid channel. I'm your host, Ursar Tribrid. So, let me put that on real quick. Turn it down a little. Okay. So, my brain is hurt. My brain was hurting earlier, like trying to figure all these bus schedules out where it was a pain in the ass. Because it's not like I can go back to the day, December 13th. Every time I tried, it just said nothing, like no information available. But what I did figure out is that on December 14th, which was the Sunday that he also was arrested, they have a new bus schedule in place, like new bus route, new times, and stuff like that. So the times that we're going to be using right now is based off what will be on January 10th, because again, I can't go back on the Saturday. It's weird. It's like I don't understand why I can't go back on the day to figure out when the bus schedules happen. You know what I mean? I remember when you could actually just buy an actual pamphlet or like even download a PDF schedule of this stuff, and for whatever reason I can't find that. It's annoying. It's extremely annoying. So I have to kind of go by what I have available to me to look at right now. Okay, so the times that I'm looking up won't always align to what the times were on that actual day, unfortunately. All right, but what I do know is that there is an owl service that is used between the hours of 12 and 4 a.m. Now, with that being said, where's the thingy? All right. So I've gotten two different things where he checked into, it was the Pierside Hotel in Santa Monica. He checked into this hotel between 4 and 4:15 a.m. If he would have walked from his home to that hotel that night, it would have taken about 4 to 7 hours for him to get there because it's like 15 miles, right? So I got that. And then I looked up all the other bus stops, right? So obviously he didn't take the owl service. If he would have taken the owl service, he would not have been caught on surveillance footage taken near Brentwood and Santa Monica border at 12:15 a.m. So he would have taken an earlier bus. So when I was looking at bus schedules, there's three bus schedules, like before the night owl, and the owl service wouldn't be so close to his house. There's like a specific route that bus takes, and he would have had to walk a certain amount away. So say this is his home right here. This is the 250 block. All right. There would have been a bus stop here, a bus stop here, and then a bus stop over here. This bus stop would have been the closest to his house. It was like a 10-minute walk to get there. However, that bus at the time that I asked when he left his house was no longer in service. And the same for this one. So he would have had to use the bus stop up this way. That bus stop was at Sunset and Burlingame. All right, if he would have taken that bus stop. Now, it's not a one-way trip. He would have gotten on that bus to get off at another stop and then get on another bus to go down to where he needs to go. All right. So doing that, remember when I would roll the dice and I would talk about these certain trains. Now, the trains that came up had Indian writing on it, like Middle Eastern writing, and sure enough, if he would have taken this bus and got off, used that bus to get onto the second bus, that bus would have dropped him off at did I write it on the side? No. That bus would have got off at a place called Ken Ross, and when I scrolled in a little bit into that area, sure enough, there is an Indian Middle Eastern restaurant right there. Okay, so there's a Middle Eastern restaurant. Okay. So if he were to, it would take, yeah, so it would have been a 10-minute walk. So the starting point is 250 South Chadburn Avenue. Okay. That's just the 250 block. Okay. He would have had to walk about 10 minutes to get to the Sunset and Burlingame. And it would have taken about 19 minutes to get to Kinross and Gailey. And when you take that bus route, oh, it's the 602. Oh, okay. Look at that. It's actually the bus number right there. So it's the 602. I mean, right now it's the 602 Westwood. Okay. Because apparently around December 14th on the Sunday is when they changed schedules, changed times apparently. So whatever times we have right now may not be the same times that they had for that Saturday evening of December 13th. So I wish I had a little pamphlet that I could just open and you can show me the times. But he would have had to get on. Like I said, it could have changed. The numbers could have changed. Something changed on December 14th. So whatever numbers and times we have right now, because I can only look ahead, I can't look back. I've tried all day. It's been driving me bonkers. It actually gave me a headache. So we'll just say that it was the 602 Westwood UCLA. That would have taken 19 minutes with 24 stops to get to Kinross and Gailey. At that point, he would have had to take a 6-minute walk to Wilshire and Veteran to hop on to the 720 Santa Monica. Okay? And that's a rapid transit. And that's an 18-minute ride with 8 stops. And from there to there, he would have had to he would have gotten off at 5th and Colorado at 11:43. And within that time frame from there to Pierside Santa Monica Hotel, it would have taken a 7-minute walk. So the fact that he was spotted on surveillance near the Brentwood and Santa Monica border at 12:15 a.m. says to me that he's gotten off a few times. And like I said in previous videos, he gotten off to go get drugs. Okay? So then I also found out that when he finally checked into the hotel at between 4 and 4:15 a.m., a source says he looked tweaked out at check-in, but no visible signs of injury or blood on his body. There was no signs of it. But however, supposedly another source was saying like, oh, the whole bedroom and shower was filled with blood. There's blood everywhere. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. If he had that amount of blood on him, you would have seen it. You would have seen it. There would have been no mistaking it. Other people anywhere would have seen it. However, when I asked, I did a list here. All right, so when the party started, when they arrived, when the argument happened, what time they left, when they arrived home, when Nick left, and what happened after that fact. So when I asked the pendulum, like when I was holding the pendulum and asking Rob and Michelle, what time did the party start around? It was around 7 p.m. the party started, the Christmas party. Nick and his family arrived at the party around 8 p.m. That's going to either be on the time or a little bit after, maybe a little earlier. It's somewhere around 8 p.m. The argument happened around 9 p.m. Again, same thing. A little after, maybe on the dot, right around there. They left between 9 and 9:30 p.m. Okay? So they had a big blowout, and they're just like, obviously it's going to be a little too awkward, and they were still arguing, so they ended up leaving. And that was between 9 and 9:30 p.m. I don't know where Conan O'Brien lives. I've looked. I can try looking again real quick here. it's like there's literally nothing being said like where Conan O'Brien's home is. Yeah, so like I said, I looked all day. Where does Okay, so all it says is that it lives in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of Los Angeles. So Pacific Palisades to Brentwood, Los Angeles. It's not that far. So yeah, like 5.8 miles is like a 13-minute trip, which would make sense because depending on what time they really left, confirmation chime just went off, between the time they left and got home would have been around 10 p.m. And they were still arguing at that point. Nick left the home around 10:30 p.m. Okay, which again, when you're arguing with your parents, you just, because obviously if you were arguing with your parents, you wouldn't be arguing in their bedroom because they were found dead in their bedroom. You would not be arguing in their bedroom. If anything, you're arguing in the foyer, you're arguing in the living room, you're arguing in the kitchen. You wouldn't be directly in your parents' room arguing with them. Okay? So he bounced. He left out of the house around 10:30 p.m. And because the buses of their scheduling, he missed those. Like I said, he missed these two buses. These two buses that are closer to his house, he can't go to. So he ended up having to take this one, which is going to be two buses in general. So taking those two buses, he would have made, and if you've seen previous videos, there are drug houses that Nick goes to either pick up drugs or go to sit down and get high, or both. Okay, it's kind of giving me that movie Pulp Fiction, where John Travolta's character goes to this place to pick up drugs, but people hang out there and stuff like that. So it's kind of like that. So Nick wandered around until that bus was able to come about, got on that bus, went to Ken Ross. And like I said, the fact that the Mandy house is right here with this Middle Eastern writing on it, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right spot. I'm on the right key here. And he would have had to get on. There's other buses that he would have could have taken too. So if after that, let's say he got off on that time. So again, he would have gone off at, so if he would have gotten on the bus around like 11:40, so like say he got on the bus around 11:40, he would have gone off at Ken Ross, Gailey, walked to Wilshire Veteran, and that's at 12:23, and then arrived at 5th Colorado at 12:39. Now keep in mind, this is literally the last bus before the OWL services start. Once the hour services start, it's between 12 and 4 a.m. He would have gotten off somewhere in between. There's like 8 stops between Wilshire and Veteran and 5th and Colorado. So he could have gone off at any one of those stops and went to any houses to go get drugs. Because my thing is if you are a hotel maid, okay, a housekeeper, for that matter, the fact that I just had another confirmation there. If you are a hotel maid and you saw that amount of blood in the room, the last thing you're going to do is clean house. Okay? You're not going to clean. I worked as a hotel maid. Okay, I did a long time ago, like when I was still in my teen years. I worked as a hotel maid. Now, little bit of blood, obviously you got to wear your gloves and be careful. And you also had to be very careful about changing the bed sheets because of needles and everything. So you can't just shove your hands underneath the mattresses. You were going to have to lift up the mattress and take off the sheets and put on new ones just in case you find any needles, because you had that happen. So, but if we were to find a huge amount of blood in the room, we would have had to report that to management, and then management would actually have to make a report to police, because they were sitting here saying like they found so much blood in the room, on the bed, in the shower, and I'm like, if it was that much, you would literally have to call it in. You can't just ignore that. Like, you can't. You actually have to call it in. So yeah. So, yes, if a large amount of blood is found in a hotel room, management must call in professionals, as blood is a biohazard containing pathogens like HIV and hepatitis B, requiring specialized decontamination, not standard housekeeping. Attempting self-cleanup can spread disease, and proper remediation ensures safety for future guests and staffs. Okay, so yeah, so the amount of blood that they said that they found, like if that were the case, this is who they would have had to call. They can't just like, oh well, we're just gonna throw away the sheets. No, that is legit. You can get sued, and then you can, yeah. So legal reputational risk: failure to properly clean a biohazard scene can lead to health issues for guests and significant damage to the hotel's reputation. They can't do that. They have to call. Management calls a licensed biohazard remediation company to handle the scene. Okay, so they can't just be like, oh, there was so much blood, and it looked like it was like when I read that, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I worked at a hotel, and I know damn well that you wouldn't be able to have regular hotel staff be cleaning that up. Like, if it's a little drip drop here, then you would need to like, obviously it might have been a nose, but like I said, he did drugs, he did cocaine, he could have busted a blood vessel. Okay, when it's large amounts of blood, as they are so-called describing, they would have had to call the professionals. I know this because I worked at a hotel when I was like 19. Okay, I know this. So we were told that if that is found, we had to stop what we're doing and call the professionals. Plain and simple. We cannot be touching that. Okay, because not only can we catch something, but other guests arriving could also catch something, like it's sitting here describing. They can't just... In short, a large blood discovery is a serious incident that triggers mandatory professional intervention for safety and compliance. So, these are full of shit. They are full of shit. What they saw was probably enough that somebody was laying down on their pillow, and then all of a sudden they got a nosebleed. And then you got that much blood on the pillow. Because, oh my God. So I'm like, no. Whenever I'm like, you're full of shit. Oh my God, you're full of shit. I'm not saying that you didn't find blood. I'm just saying the large amounts that you said you found is horseshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. So, and besides, they also said that even at check-in, yeah, he looked tweaked out, but he didn't have any sign of injury or blood on his body. With the amount of blood that you guys were describing, it's like he killed the person right in that room. Blood doesn't drip off of you inside of a room. It doesn't do that. Blood clings to you. You might have found some blood in the shower, but again, depending on the blood pattern, like if it was drip dropping, there's different ways of that to describe. But like I said, it would have been like really fresh blood. But the fact that he's a drug user, using needles will cause blood from your veins. Snorting cocaine causes blood vessels to bust. During the winter time, sometimes it's so dry when I blow my nose, like my nose will bleed a little bit. It's winter time, so that can happen too. And especially when you're out in California, it's just dry as hell out there. I remember I took my son to meet his granddad in Utah, and he had it was so crazy. Everything was fine. Everybody has alpacas in their yard, by the way. I don't know what it is with Utah and alpacas, but there was a lot of alpacas in people's yards. Everywhere we went, there was alpaca there. You get an alpaca. You have an alpaca. It was crazy. Anyway, we went to this park and everything was fine and dandy. And then we saw some alpacas in the yard. We came up, we didn't stick our hands in or anything, but we said hi. We looked at them or whatever. And then I was pretending to be the mommy monster and chasing my son towards the playground. We get towards the playground. He just happens to turn his head. And I shit you not, the amount of blood gushing from his nose, I was just like, ah! Oh my God. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot of blood. So, the shit that, the speculations that people are making right now is insane. So, but this is what I got for timeline-wise. And the fact that, he was also spotted around hanging out at the pier for a few hours, like the place that he hung out at after it being spotted at 12:15 before he checked into the hotel is known for people to go hang out and do drugs. Okay? And being somebody who has been homeless numerous times and traveling, considered like a transient, walking around is not something new to him. Okay? So, do I believe, like I said, when I first started all this and when I first asked, I sure as hell thought this thing was going to say, yes, he did it. But it says no every single time. Every single time. Show me yes. Show me no, please. You say that's no. Circle is no. It's my favorite color green. It's my favorite color blue. And that's a yes. Okay. Did Nick Reiner murder his parents? It's a no. It's a no. It's going around in circles. Round and round it goes. So, is there anything more you would like to say on the matter? Yes. Okay. Right. Am I rolling the dice? No. Am I pulling out letters? Yes. All right. The timeline, and like I said in my previous videos, I asked what they were doing when they were murdered. It said they were sleeping. They were asleep. They were in their bed. They were murdered in their bedroom. And around the time that I asked, I said, what time of day was it? I was like, was it Saturday night? It said no. I'm like, was it Sunday, somewhere in the Sunday? And it said yes. I'm like, was it Sunday, like between, like, we'll just say between 12 and 4 because of when he checked into the hotel. It says no. Were you killed between 12 and 4 a.m. on Sunday, December 14th? No. Were you killed after 4 a.m.? That is a yes. Were you killed at 4 a.m. on the dot? 5 a.m. 6 a.m. And that's another thing. I also got civil twilight. So civil twilight is when the sun, like say this is the horizon, This is above the horizon. This is below the horizon. So civil twilight in the morning is when it's like 6 degrees below the horizon and then coming up to about 6 degrees above the horizon. So 6:30 was around the time that civil twilight would have happened. Like when the sunrise would have been at 6:30. So somewhere between 6 and 6:30 a.m. is when they were murdered. He was not at the house. Were you murdered during the civil twilight hours of December 14th? December 13th? The civil twilight hours of December 13th? No, because again, they were at a party. Were you killed during the nautical twilight hours? No, it was the civil twilight hours. Yes. I don't know what else to say. Okay, so regarding what we're just talking about, what would you like to say? Got autumn, Aries, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is an autumn season, and that is around the time of Sagittarius season. C, D. Oh, wait, that's a U. This is a C. O. Do I need to pull out any more letters? Yes. Which is December. We also got summertime. We also got exclamation. We got positive. We got create, cardinal. We also got Gemini. Is there any more letters you want me to pull out? No. Or is there answers in the letters? Yes. Are there answers in the symbols? Yes. Okay, so 12. Not only is 12 the December month, but 2 and 1 is 3. And I always there were 3 people involved in this. 2 people set them up. And there's one person that did it, and it's not one of the 2 people that set them up. It's somebody they hired to do it, and it has something to do with money, accounts, fraud, and embezzling. Obviously, their son, who has all these issues, is the poor for follow guy. And if they were at the party, which I asked numerous times before, if the people who set you up, were they at the party? Did they witness the argument? And it says yes, they witnessed it. So again, they were playing the waiting game. They're like, all we have to do is just wait for the perfect opportunity to do this, and boom. So obviously the murder happened in the autumn time, but there's something significant about summer. Cardinal is create, and the fact that we have 3 zodiac signs here. Again, 3 is significant, and we also have exclamation. Why did I just see? I just see it. I saw she, and then I heard she devil. Okay, so definitions of a she devil is a cruel woman, a disagreeable woman, an unpleasant woman. the video back on. Now I'm hearing Cruella de Vil, Cruella de Vil. If she doesn't get you, no evil thing will. Cruella, Cruella. I can't wait for my water fast to be over, dude. I had dreams about food last night. Oh my god. And then every day, everything I watched this morning, like today, was food. Food everywhere. Food commercials. Food videos. And I'm, guys, you're killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. But I am going to say this about my water fast. I have already dropped down 2 pounds and I feel lighter. Like, I don't feel bloated anymore. Okay, yeah, we get the whole used a knife. Yes, we know that. I thought I had to pee. I guess not. But I am getting okay, so I'm getting scapegoat. I got this before. Setup, scapegoat. Frame Nick. It wasn't Nick. Not. So they framed Nick. He's not guilty. Scapegoat setup. Got damages. Did Nick cause damages to the hotel? No. Was there a large amounts of blood at the hotel? No. Was it enough blood from like a nosebleed? Did Nick self-harm at the hotel? No. False damages. Oh, somebody's cooking some food. Dang, damn it. I'm getting... I can't wait for my 3-day effect. I can't wait for it to be over. Hold on. Am I allowed to eat tomorrow? No. Tuesday? Yeah. So I got one more day. One more fucking day. Oh. I can't wait. I'm getting so hungry. Okay. Are there any more messages within the letters? No. Is Nick guilty? No. Is he not guilty? Yes. Was he set up? Mm-hmm. Was he set up on purpose? Yes. Did the people who set Rob and Michelle up notice the argument at the party? Yes. Did they witness it? Yes, they did. Did they use that as an opportunity to get you guys out of the way? That is a yes. Okay. False damages. Not our... Do I have a B? No, I don't have a B. I thought I was getting not our blood, but I don't have a B out here. I have LOD, but I don't have a B. All right, am I looking at the sign, the zodiac signs in the 12th house? All of them? Yes. Okay. Why am I still paying for? So zodiacs in the 12th house. So we have Gemini in 12th house, and these answers keep coming up the same. Alright, so Gemini in the 12th house signifies a fascinating blend of Mercury's communicative, curious nature with the 12th house's deep subconscious, hidden realms, spiritually and secrets, suggesting a mind that's constantly processing hidden information, dreams, and karmic patterns, often leading to intuitive insight, spiritual connection, but also potential mental restlessness or confusion about identity, making them good at research, therapy, and creative pursuits that delve into the unseen world, especially with Mercury. Okay. And then we have Aries, 12th house. Signifies a powerful but hidden inner drive, often manifesting as subconscious battles with boundaries, self-assertion, and hidden anger, potentially linked to past life themes of aggression or sacrifice, requiring deep inner work to integrate fiery Mars energy into spiritual surrender and self-undoing, leading to profound intuitive creativity and empathy once mastered. Okay, then we have Sag. Signifies a deep, often subconscious connection to expansion, philosophy, and travel, but expressed secretly. These individuals may feel lost, have vivid dreams, like last night, good lord, the food, a strong spiritual and intuitive pull, and find purpose through hidden service, healing, and spiritual pursuits, balancing Sagittarian optimism with the most introspective, mysterious 12th house, often leading to a journey of self-discovery through solitude and surrender. Are there any more messages within the letters and or symbols? No. Put them away? Yes. What would you guys like to talk about? Are we still talking about your murder? General messages to your family? General messages to the lawyer? Okay, so general messages to the lawyer and upcoming trial? Yes. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to get into general messages to the lawyer / paralegal team. And 1 second. Okay, we're back. get some more incense going here. What messages would you like to get out to the lawyers and the paralegal team? Ten four. I'm getting 10-4 as like copy that 10-4. Okay, do you need me to pull out any more letters? Yes. Cancer. Are we going with 8 or 12? 8, 12. Okay. Are we going with South Node or North Node? South Node? North Node. So North Node means you're on the right path. Is this the lawyer and paralegal team of the prosecution? To the defense. Okay, to the defense. So they're on the right path. So let's look into Cancer and Saturn. Signifies a tension between structure and emotion/home, often leading to themes of emotional responsibility, delayed gratification, and nurturing and establishing deep inner security with potential challenges around vulnerability and past family wounds, making one feel they must earn love or build boundaries around comfort. People with this placement learn to build discipline and maturity around feelings, creating lasting foundations for home, family, and emotional self-reliance through dedicated effort, transforming early feelings of instability. Get on. Okay. It's like the smoke's getting into my face and into my mouth, and I don't like it. People with this placement learn to build discipline and maturity around feelings, creating lasting foundations for home, family, and emotional self-reliance through dedicated effort, transforming early feelings of instability into profound inner strength. Do we need to look at Cancer into any of the houses? Into North Node? Okay, so Cancer and North Node. Cancer in North Node signifies a life purpose centered on embracing emotional vulnerability, nurturing home life, and finding security through heartfelt connections rather than external achievements. This placement is opposite to the South Node in Capricorn, which represents past life tendencies or a comfort zone rooted in stoicism, ambition, responsibility, and self-sufficiency. Okay. Get into the messages. So this is to the paralegal/lawyer, the paralegal team and the lawyer of the defense. Oh my God, how about we just put you over here? How about that? We'll do that because I can't. I already got over a headache. I don't need to have another headache. Is that always, really? Yeah, was that always there? I guess so. Okay, so we got Libra in the house here too, which is justice, balancing. And some H. Okay, that's what I thought. It was a tab or tap? Look at the Metro tab. Okay, so with the Metro line, I don't think they take money anymore. I think you have to have a card. Okay, so yes, LA Metro Rail accepts cash, but indirectly. You use cash to buy a reloadable tap card at vending machines and stations, which you then tap to ride these machines. Also take credit and debit cards, Apple Pay, etc. While the cards themselves offer fare capping and fee transfers, you can also use your phone to use with the Tap app or Apple Wallet for contactless payment on the system. So yeah, so yeah. It's telling you to look at the Metro tab. If you look at the Metro tab, you can see his locations. Are there any more messages within the letters? No. Are there any more messages within the symbols? No. Are we done with these messages? Yes. Do you have any more messages for the paralegal team? Yes. And that's probably where that 10-4 copy. It said, look at the Metro tab. Copy. Will do. Alright. By the way, now that I move this over here, I'm not getting the smoke in my face. Alright. What other messages would you like to give to the paralegal team? Are we doing autumn or winter? Winter? Yeah. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? Yes. We got just Libra, Leo, Jupiter, the number 12. Is there any more letters that you need me to pull? Do you need me to pull out any more letters? Yes. With the blue one, are we looking at the money or the Z? Z? Money. Okay. Something about money. Again, there's something about money here. Got Virgo, Lilith, Pluto, and a fixed income of some sort. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? No. Again, 12th. 2 and 1 is 3 again. We also got winter, Jupiter, Lilith, and Pluto. Again, we got 3 symbols out here. Ooh. CSI, something about a crime scene investigation. The fact that I had a motorcycle just roaring really loud past my house the second I said that is confirmation. Icy. Something's cold. Again, something about power. KKK doesn't necessarily mean the Ku Klux Klan. This is about superiority, supremacy. This is about power. Something about power. Up in your corner, yes, and you know you're in your eye, up and you're down, wrong when it's right, you're looking at wake up, wake up. Was there forced entry into the house? Again, did Nick Reiner murder you? No, there was no forced entry. Somebody knew the code to get in? Mm-hmm. Was the code on the main front door? No. Was it a code on the garage? Yes. Was there a code on the gate? Yes. Because my parents have this. They have a gated driveway, but in order to open up this gated driveway, you can either push a button that you have in your car, or you can do doot 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 on the pin pad outside. Check code on gate driveway. C, yes. Spanish for yes. Yes. Are there any more messages within the letters? Yes. I don't have an LI here, but I'm checking the blood on the check the. Maybe not that. Just check the sheets. Because remember yesterday we were getting something about linen. There was something in the home about the linens. Getting knife to the chest, gut, heart.
Right now. Ah, you nutcrackers. Gemini, where am I? You're in a blender. Okay. Time for healthcare. Gemini, find me a massage, please.
Knife to the abdomen, chest, gut, heart. And the fact that, okay, so what I'm getting with this right here, obviously, other than the money, red is about masculinity, blue is about femininity. Promised big money. And like I said, the two people that set them up were also a married couple, a man and a woman. Is there any more messages within the symbols? No. I mean, in the letters? No. And the symbols? Yes. Are we doing planets? Are we doing the house? Are we doing all three symbols of zodiac? Yes. It's my favorite color, red. Okay. Alright, so we'll go with Libra first. Libra and Jupiter. Signifies a powerful combination of Jupiter's expansive benevolence and Libra's focus on harmony, justice, relationships, and diplomacy, leading to individuals who are naturally persuasive, socially adept, and excel at finding balance and fairness, often becoming influential in law, politics, or the social circles. Though they must watch for indecisiveness and people pleasing. This placement brings opportunities through connection, collaboration, beauty, and ethical pursuits, fostering growth in partnership and understanding. I mean, this was a partnership and collaborating. Okay. Libra in Lilith. Often highlights raw desires for perfect balance, beauty, partnership, revealing hidden insecurities or power dynamics within these areas, leading to intense attraction, self-sabotage, or addictive relationship patterns. And then Libra and Pluto signifies theme of transforming relationships, justice, and partnership. Defining Generation X by challenges in balancing self with others, leading to deep shifts in married couple, equality and power dynamics, and they are a power couple because they're related. They're related as a family friend that they work together. Something about the film industry and the last film that he worked on. Power dynamics within connections pushing for authentic love and fairness. This placement drives a collective need to dismantle old and unequal partnership, and they knew each other for a long time. Dismantle old, unequal. They didn't feel like they were getting equal pay, so and they needed to get rid of them. Partnership models fostering new paradigms, a balanced, transformative connection with individuals learning to find their own identity beyond projection from others. Okay, and then Libra, 12th house. Signifies subconscious themes of relationship, justice, and balance, often manifesting as hidden fears of commitment, dependency, or past relationship karma, leading to a deep-seated desire for connection that conflicts with a fear of being let down, requiring healing through spiritual work, self-surrender, and learning unconditional love and self-reliance in isolation. Okay, so Libra's done. We will do Virgo next. A deep, often subconscious need for order, service, and perfection that manifests through hidden struggles, spiritual practices, or isolation, bringing karmic lessons about self-criticism, humility, and letting go of control, often leading to themes of healing, hidden talents, and serving others from behind the scenes. Is a placement for meticulous healers, spiritual workers, or for those who feel overly critiqued, learning to find peace by surrendering their need for perfection to a higher plan. Then we have Jupiter. Virgo and Jupiter signifies finding luck, growth, and expansion through practical service, detailed work analysis, and improvement, often leading to success in fields like healthcare, education, and administration, though it's considered a placement of debilitation, meaning Jupiter's expansive nature is expressed through Virgo's critical, detail-oriented lens, focusing on useful application rather than grandiosity. People with this placement are often helpful, competent, and seek wisdom by perfecting systems and serving others, but can become overwhelmed, overly critical, or anxious if they focus too much on flaws. Okay. So Lilith, Virgo and Lilith. A deep, often a repressed struggle for perfectionism, self-criticism, and feeling not good enough, representing the shadow side of feminine independence tied to practicality, service, and intellect. It manifests as intense inner critique, rebellion against mundane expectations, or a compulsive need to fix others, but can be empowered by embracing imperfection, service with self-worth, and authentic helpfulness. And then Pluto. A generational focus on deep transformative changes in areas like health, work, service, and analysis, marked by a powerful drive for perfection, self-improvement, and uncovering flaws, leading to revolutionary shifts in systems and a quest for practical efficiency and wellness. This placement brings obsessive attention to detail, systematic innovation, and a deep need to fix what's broken in daily life and societal structures, often manifesting as intense self-criticism and a desire to purify or perfect oneself and the world. Alright, and then last but not least, Leo. A generation marked by deep transformative power struggles and rebirths around ego, leadership, creativity, and authentic self-expression, leading to radical shifts in entertainment, cultural, and societal power structures, with individuals embodying resilience and a drive for a bold and genuine change. It's about transforming outdated systems of authority into new forms of creative empowerment and leadership. Lilith. Leo and Lilith, a powerful, untamed feminine energy focused on self-expression, creative power, authenticity, and demanding recognition, often linked to a suppressed inner royalty or a past where one's unique spark is stifled, or was stifled, leading to themes of rebellion, charisma, and reclaiming stolen childhood power, manifesting as fierce independence, dramatic allure, or even struggles with ego and control, as seen in figures like Marilyn Monroe and Rihanna. Okay. Okay. I don't know what they are. Okay, anyway. Right, Jupiter. Leo and Jupiter. A person is naturally generous, confident, and lucky, finding success by leading with heart, uplifting society, and expressing creativity, though they risk becoming egotistical or seeking excessive admiration. It signifies a strong sense of purpose, faith, and a need to be recognized for their big-hearted, regal nature. This placement magnifies Leo's traits, making individuals natural leaders with expansive energy, drawing opportunities through self-expression and generosity, but needing to balance their desire for applause with humility. Alright, last but not least, this 12th house. Hidden creative power, a need to serve others, and karmic lessons around authority, where your natural leadership manifests unconsciously through secret strengths of self-undoing patterns, spiritually or hidden service, potentially balancing past life power abuse with humble service in this life, making you quite impactful leader. Are there any more messages within the letters? Are there any more messages within the symbols? Do you have any more messages in general for this read? Are we done with the read? Yes. All right. Again, I'm going to say it. Did Nick Reiner kill you? Did he murder you? Did he set you up to be murdered? Was he set up to be the murderer? Yeah. Was he even home during the times of the murders? No. I'm telling you. That's what we got. So they strongly suggest that you check the Metro card that he uses. Alright, check that. It's going to tell you everything you need to know. And the fact this switched over to a money symbol, this has a lot to do with money, finances, the accounts, everything. Oh, quick question. Did Romy ever show Jake the message that I gave yesterday about him being at a tailgate? Can you tell me what his expression was? Yes, okay. We're gonna find out. I'm being curious. What was his expression? To what we just asked, to what I just asked, what was Jake's expression? I'm being nosy. Do you need me to pull out any more letters? Yes. Exclamation point. Do I need to pull out any more letters? No. I'm just curious at this point. We're done with the messages, but I wanna know. Can you show me? N-W. The fact that we got an exclamation point here says a lot. There's a car backing up, or not a car, but something's backing up and it's making that backup beeping noise. Doo, doo, doo. And the crazy part was I wasn't even asking what he was going to be doing that day. You know what I mean? It just came out. This is either an O or a C, because technically it's actually scratched out, so Spirit always tells me to use it as I need. Mind blown. Now, triple X can mean one of three things. It can mean all, but right in this moment I'm getting one thing. Triple X can mean sex. It can mean poison, like as in, you know, what's your poison, what's your alcohol drink, or it can mean poison in general, or it can mean silence. He's dumbfounded. That's funny. Oh, yeah. Dumbfounded. But his mind's blown. He's like, what? That's funny. I'm getting something else too. Hold on a second. I'm going to make sure I got everything out though before I go into it. It has something to do with Nick. I don't have any. Alright, let me put these all out real quick. Z. Do I have any more Z's? No. I'm getting pondering, but like. Saturn in the first house signifies a personality that matures early, often appearing serious, reserved, and burdened with responsibility from a young age, leading to deep discipline, resilience, and a strong sense of duty, though often accompanied by self-doubt or delays in personal success until later in life. These individuals build a strong, stable foundation through perseverance, developing wisdom, and a cautious approach to life, mastering self-control as a core life lesson. Is there any more messages within the letters? Yes. Other than mind blown? Okay. Are there any more messages within the letters? Nope, that was not a sham. So he's mind blown and he's now believing that I'm not a sham? Okay, that I'm not a phony baloney. Does he still think I'm a phony baloney? Nope. Okay, well there you go. That's all we got. Like, share, and subscribe, please. I'm probably just going to call it a night and go to bed here. And I will see you guys on the next one, okay? Love y'all, bye. Oh, also, if you guys want, if anybody donates $25 or more to my PayPal, you can get a read done on whatever you want. Okay, doesn't matter, and it literally will go as long as these candles will last. Okay? So, just so you know. Like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.